Hello, guys. Welcome back to the
Hello, everyone.
podcast. How are you doing? What is up? This is episode 12 of the Farcasters from outer space in 2019. I don't know
And the
why.
first one
Why?
for this year.
And the first
Yeah.
time of first one of 2019. I don't know why I keep doing this because when I do that, actually the microphone doesn't register. So if I start yelling, I actually it's quieter, not louder. I checked back on the YouTube videos that I uploaded, and it's kind of worse actually. So
You're
that's
just full of
kind of
excitement for this
yeah.
podcast.
So I
That's why
should
it
do this. Never mind. So yeah, welcome back to the Farcasters from Outer Space, new 2019 edition. We have quite a lot of stuff to talk about in this podcast. We might not even be able to talk about everything we wanted. So maybe we'll leave some things for next time. You saw the list. There's a bunch of stuff.
yeah. The
And
list
there's
is
some stuff
huge,
I
so
wanted
yeah.
to talk about, movies that I saw during the New Year's kind of
Hiatus.
hiatus.
Let's use that word.
Yeah, exactly. Mostly, yeah, I'll talk about it later. But yeah,
Okay.
first of all, before I forget, let's do the promo stuff. So, if you guys want to, the people that are watching on Twitch, if you guys want to see the podcast, you can check it out on YouTube. And people on YouTube, of course, follow us on Twitch. There's gonna be a link down below, and you can also follow us on Twitter, and you can follow our jingle writer's SoundCloud if you like the jingle, or if you want to hear more of his music. Most of his music is actually not jingles. It's like heavy metal or rock or something like that. So if you're into that, check him out. He's a great guy and a very talented musician. So yeah, that's it for the promo. So we can start. First of all, Becky, how are you doing? How was your New Year's kind of vacation time? Actually, you didn't really have a vacation
I
this
didn't
year.
really have a
You
vacation.
worked.
That's the big news. Actually, I was working. I got a little bit sick around New Year, but it was okay now, due to the cold mostly. Other than that, work as usual.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
about you?
Yeah,
What's new in your
nothing,
life?
nothing special.
Mhm,
I went to see some friends, and I stayed
mhm,
there for like maybe 4 or 5 days during New Year's. We
mhm.
celebrated together, and yeah, it was fun. It was, cool, like relaxing. We had like a uh, night of singing and dancing and drinking and stuff like
Oh,
that. And
that's
then after
cool.
that, we like watched a bunch of movies because my friend has HBO. So
Okay.
we basically watched all the superhero movies that I missed, and I'm gonna talk about that today.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about it shortly. We don't, yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
like
Okay.
spend a lot of
Yeah.
time about talking about that. And yeah, now that we mentioned that, let's actually jump into it. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly mention what I watched. So I've seen like uh, the new releases during New Year's. It was like Infinity War on HBO. They played
Mhm.
Infinity War. They played Black Panther. I watched that. Wonder
Mhm.
Woman,
Finally.
and I watched Thor Ragnarok on Netflix because that came out
Mhm.
as well. So I watched all of them, all of the ones that I missed, and yeah, I liked. Which one did I like the most? I think probably
I
Black
don't know.
Panther. Probably Black Panther
Okay.
was the best of all of them that I
Well,
watched.
it didn't have such an original story, but yeah, of course, I like
Yeah, it
the
was the
design and so
most
on and
fun.
so on.
I
I
think,
mean,
yeah.
it's the story as old as time, but it's really good actually. So really a new take on that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
I liked the. I mean, the beginning of the movie was a little kind of slow. Like the exposition, all that stuff was a
Mm,
little bit slow, but it was kind of okay, cool. I like the
mm.
villain at the beginning.
Yeah,
What's his name?
at the
The
beginning.
he's a famous actor, George, not Jordan
Mm,
Peterson,
I'm not sure. I
something Peter
Jordan something. Yeah.
something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
He
forgot, but
actually had a
he's
really
pretty
good
cool.
role in Fahrenheit 451. If you haven't seen the latest version of it, you
Oh
haven't?
yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
It's actually not bad. Maybe some people would criticize it. Oh, it doesn't go as well as no, but it's actually pretty good. I liked it. I like the novel. I like the original movie
Yeah,
from
of
the
course. I read the
70s,
novel.
and
I
I
read
like
the
the new
novel.
one. Yeah.
I watched
So
the other
my
movie. Yeah.
question is, what did you think of the Wonder Woman? Was that a wonderful movie,
Wonder
or
Woman. It was okay. I mean, I
it was
watched
okay?
it.
Yeah.
It was entertaining.
Mm,
It wasn't bad. I
mm,
wasn't like like both of the movies, Black Panther and Wonder Woman. They weren't like the best movies ever. Like they
mm,
were hyped up to be. And I
mm.
wasn't expecting that because I talked to some friends and I talked to you and you said they they were both okay movies, but they were not, nothing special, nothing like,
Nothing world
yeah,
shattering
world
or something
shattering
like
as
that.
they made both of them out to be. And I think it
Hmm.
was just okay superhero movies. It's you know
Yeah,
they were fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Indeed,
Wonder
indeed.
Woman was
Mhm.
actually Black Panther. They like I said Black Panther was a little slow at the beginning. Wonder Woman was even slower at the beginning.
It was.
The exposition in Wonder Woman, I didn't like it at all.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like the whole thing, like she's growing up, she's learning how to fight, blah blah
Hmm.
blah. They
Hmm.
could have done that in like 2 minutes instead of like 15 minutes. It wasn't that
Quite true.
necessary, I
Quite
think.
true. Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. I mean, that's their vision. I'm not gonna like criticize it too much.
I like
Uh,
actually what I can tell you, like, so
mhm.
story wise, the movies are not that original, but the
Yeah.
way the story is represented, is the good one. I liked, when it comes to Wonder Woman, the fact that it was held in the First World War period.
Hmm.
And everyone always focuses on the Second World War
World
and
War Two. Yeah,
Nazis,
yeah,
like
exactly, exactly.
they're always evil Nazis, but
Yeah, now
there's
now we
not so
have
much movement.
evil pre-Nazis. What?
Yeah,
I'm joking. They're not
yeah.
pre-Nazis.
Once again,
Just
evil Germans,
Germans
let's
are
say.
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, basically,
yeah,
yeah.
basically, but
In all the
that wasn't the
movies.
focus. The focus was, what I really like, the old weaponry and the traditional
Yeah, yeah.
war that wasn't fought. That was the trench war, simply
Hmm.
put. And I like the fact that she sort of breaks this whole, well, I wouldn't spoil the movie that much when I would say,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. We said
they
Germans
find themselves in the
are evil,
trench
but
and
we
they're like,
finally it
yeah,
finally turns out that the main villain wasn't actually a German, right?
German, but a British, which is
Spoiler
actually
alert.
quite
Don't Yeah, yeah. We're not gonna say
truth.
anything more about that, but basically, yeah, the
Okay.
villain wasn't like German, so at least that was kind of like a twist, a little bit of a twist. I like
Yeah,
that,
but it was
but
expected. But never mind. Okay,
yeah,
I'm
but
just not gonna tell you.
it wasn't like. I mean, the villain was fine. Just the twist was interesting, but the actual villain was not that
Yeah,
interesting.
not really. I agree.
Yeah.
That was one of the downsides of the movie. Okay, what about the Black Panther? Do you have anything else to add?
Black Panther. One thing I found really kind of took me out of the movie is the what are those joke. Did you see that?
I
You
don't.
know,
I'm not
like
sure. I remember. Mm.
Black Panther's sister, who
Yes.
was actually the
Yeah.
coolest, the best character in the movie. I loved her,
As
but
I've said before. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
sorry.
I said I liked her before.
Yeah, the
Remember.
scientist chick. She was like funny. She made all the jokes, all the like
Mm.
kind of meta comments and all the stuff. But
Mm.
it kind of like a Deadpool of Black Panther, basically. She was
Okay.
cool. But what I didn't like was, I mean, it was kind of felt kind of stupid and kind of cheap. The what are those? Like she was kind of the beginning of the movie when she was like design him a new suit and stuff like that, and then she went like to his shoes. What are those? You know the meme. You know the meme like
I
when
know
they
that, but it's
film
just.
something and they film their shoes. What are those? Like bad terrible shoes or something? I don't know. That was kind of stupid. I didn't like that. I
Yeah,
mean,
but they
I
just
get
want to
it.
show how
Yeah.
they want to put people down to earth to make it feel more realistic. In the fact, like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, yeah. She's
people
like
would post
she's
something in
watching
the comments.
YouTube basically.
So
She's
she
like
really makes you feel like that movie is
yeah.
slightly more realistic than
I
it
guess so.
actually
I
is.
guess so. Yeah, but
Mhm. Yeah,
it
yeah.
kind of like took me out. Like, what the fuck? What the heck? What are those? Really? Yeah. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I just nitpicky here. But yeah,
Okay.
the sister was cool. I like the sister. Yeah, she was.
Hmm.
I'd like to see more of her in other movies. And
I'd like to see more
she
of
was
her
in Infinity
as well.
War, but not that much. She was just like operating on that. What's the name?
the machine, some kind of machine to
No,
process
no, like
whatever.
yeah. On Jarvis Vision.
Yeah,
What's it
to
like?
remove
Vision, yeah.
to remove visions, vision.
Stone or something. I don't know. Like
Okay,
yeah.
spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! You
Ah, come
spoiled the
on,
movie.
everybody's seen it. So like,
Everyone's, but never mind.
I'm probably the last person who has seen all those movies. Like everybody else has already seen it, I think, or seen all of the movies. But yeah, that's it. So not too much. I just wanted to comment that I saw them finally. We don't need to spend too much time talking about that. So let's move on to the movies. What's this? I just wrote something down. I think maybe this was your
Yeah, that was my movie that I
movie.
saw.
Yeah,
Well,
Bad Times
last
at
year,
the El
obviously.
Royale. Yeah, that was yours. I don't recognize it. I didn't have time to check it out. What's that?
Yeah, actually, from then I've seen many movies, but this
Mm-hmm.
one, it's kind of like a comedy. It's kind of not comedy as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's action, and
I'm gonna type the.
it
I'm
has
gonna
many.
put.
It has really good actors in it. So, crime, drama, and mystery.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh crap.
maybe a little bit of mystery. Very good cast. Okay, with Jeff Bridges, Dakota Johnson, John Hamm. You remember that guy from whatever, and of course,
yeah, Mad Men.
our very own Thor. So, what I was trying to say is that basically, it offers some kind of premise, some kind of interesting mystery that's happening at this hotel. That's okay. This isn't a spoiler, but basically, half of that hotel is in Nevada, half of that hotel is in California, and it kind of sounds interesting, and there are many things happening there, and so on and so on.
So it's Welcome to Half the Hotel California.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry. That's really terrible pun.
I like that reference. I like that reference.
Terrible pun. Okay.
So yeah, and then there is actually a joke in the movie at the beginning. They say like, "What's the difference?" And it says like, "Oh, the California part is more expensive."
Okay.
And then the woman asks like, "Why?" Because it's in California.
Okay. Cool. So it's a mystery, murder mystery or something like that.
Yeah, there are murders, there is action, there are some twists that I wouldn't see, and that I expected to see, but maybe I didn't. So maybe for some people that would be like, oh, this is totally expected, but for me they were unexpected and really nice. So there are a lot of twists which I like, a lot of background story, character development
is one of those like ensemble movies, right? Like with a bunch of characters and things happening.
Yeah, but not a bunch.
I like those. I like
just
those.
like 5 or 6 characters in total. So
yeah, but still,
not as many, and there is still an unanswered question for me, which is who are the guys? Okay, yeah, that will spoil the movie.
Yeah, so
who are actually the guys behind everything? Yeah, that's what I couldn't figure out. Who are the owners of the hotel? That's what we don't get. That's what I want to find out.
You're giving me, for some reason, I'm getting like a Dark City vibe. Now that you are starting to explain.
Not really. Not really. It's not. There is nothing supernatural there.
Oh, okay.
I can just confirm that. It's more like
not supernatural, more like technology. But yeah, never. I get it.
Yeah, but this isn't related to any of that. But it's still nice. It's still a nice story to take a look at, and it's basically just about the money. Everyone wants to get the money and so on. Okay.
Yeah.
That's about it. Okay.
I'll definitely check it out. Seems interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It isn't the best movie, but it isn't that bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it has a good. It has 7.2 on IMDb, so it can't be that.
Very good cast, really. Very good cast, and this actress, this black actress, she really knows how to sing.
Sometimes IMDb, I watch a movie and I'm like, really IMDb? Really? This is a good movie? Or something. It happens occasionally, but mostly IMDb, like it's pretty good. Or if I get 7, it's an okay movie. If it's 8 or 9, it's like usually it's really good. Yeah. So yeah, I get it. Next, we don't need to talk about this too much, but I saw this article. I don't know if this is just a rumor or if this is like for sure. But that movie Coming to America? Have you seen that movie? Of
course I do know. Yeah,
Eddie Murphy,
who hasn't?
He's like a prince from, I don't remember which country in Africa. Or maybe it's like a made-up country in Africa or something.
It is a made-up country. Something like Zambia, but not really Zambiria. I don't know.
Like that.
Really.
Yeah, I forget. And yeah, that was like one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. I loved that movie. I watched it every time it was on.
Probably from the golden age of Eddie Murphy,
Yeah, oh, definitely
probably.
Golden Age of Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're gonna do a sequel, and I'm guessing. I think it said here. I read it last week or 2 weeks ago, so I forget. I think it's gonna be Eddie Murphy is gonna be like the dad this time, and his son is gonna
Oh.
like be coming to America or something. I don't know. But I'm wondering who's gonna be like his son here, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's gonna
Maybe
be.
this guy
It
who
can be
plays
good.
the
It can be terrible though.
yeah,
That's
maybe
the
the guy who
problem.
plays in the Black Panther, the bad guy from Black Panther,
You
that would
think
be
so?
interesting.
But
Yeah,
has
I
he
would
ever
I would
been?
watch
Has
that.
he ever been in like a comedy or romantic comedy type of
Not
movie?
really, but maybe that would make it
But
nice.
he's a good actor. I guess he can pull it off. Yeah.
I don't know, but it's all
I
better than
can't remember his
Marlon
name though.
Wayans. You remember that guy? So
Who?
he's just
Who
Don't Be a
did?
Menace.
Uh huh.
Marlon Wayans. The guy from Don't Be a Menace.
Don't be. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
will just
Keep
send you
keep talking. Okay. Who
this guy.
cares? Okay.
Okay.
It's not important. Keep talking. Hmm.
Yeah, but this guy is a comedian, so he
Mhm.
had the guy from White Chicks. You like White Chicks, or maybe
No,
it wasn't
I
you.
hated that movie.
No. Oh yeah, I know who likes White Chicks. I remember now.
Yeah,
Never mind.
our
Okay,
friend likes. Yeah.
so the guy from Scary Movie, Shorty from Scary Movie.
Oh, him.
Okay.
Okay, okay, okay. Say that, dude. Okay, okay. I know him.
Say
Okay.
that.
Scary movie. Yes. Okay, I know.
Yeah, so Shorty. Okay. Run, bitch,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
run.
yeah, yeah. So, what do you think he could be?
Well,
Like,
he is into comedy, so he
yeah,
does the comedy movies.
he's a
So maybe.
comedian, but I don't know if he's like that popular anymore.
Well,
He used to
he
be like
made the
during
last
the
one, 50. Yes.
2010s or before 2010. He was in a lot of movies, but I don't know recently.
Recently, he makes a lot of
Mhm.
comedy movies, but they are not good. Okay.
Not
I
good.
mean,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry
that's the
to see.
problem.
Yeah. So he made 50 Shades of Black, which is sort of a parody
Oh
of
yeah, I haven't seen
50
that.
Shades of
I've
Grey.
seen the trailer for
I
that, but
wanted
yeah.
to see that one, but it just
No.
isn't good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It just isn't good. I'm
I
sorry
could
to
see
say.
from the trailer that it's terrible. So yeah, I didn't really want to see the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
okay. So he could,
So yeah,
maybe.
Coming to America might be a complete piece of crap. Hopefully they will do something cool with it, but I'm not gonna hold my breath for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, just wanted to mention that. A big piece of TV news that did we mention this? I think we mentioned it, but there's a little bit of a new development. So Dune.
Yeah.
There's like Dune, famous novel, of course, and
Who doesn't know?
even
Yeah, of
famous
course.
movie, although controversial famous movie. But
Why is it controversial?
I liked it. It wasn't that bad as everybody says. It's terrible. It wasn't like the greatest adaptation, but it wasn't that terrible as people make it out to be. I think.
Hmm.
But yeah, Dennis. I don't know the Denis Villeneuve. I don't know
Hmm.
how to pronounce his
Hmm.
name. Denis, maybe. I think I've heard somebody say Denis. The famous
Hmm.
director. He did like Arrival. He did Blade Runner 40,
Hmm.
whatever the Blade Runner sequel. He did Sicario. He did like a bunch of good movies. He's gonna be directing this movie,
Hmm.
which is pretty promising. If anybody, if I trust anybody to make a good movie like this, I guess it would be probably somebody like him. So yeah, and we do have some casting choices. What's the name? Rebecca Ferguson. She's oh no, please no. Why Ferguson? So like uh, somebody in chat disagreeing. Ferguson, why do you not agree with this? Danny Villeneuve. He's a good
Dennis. I think it's Dennis more likely.
Dennis. Okay,
Honestly, just it would be
I think he might be French, so I heard somebody pronounce Denis or something. Maybe it's just
okay.
somebody. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Rebecca Ferguson. She's in a bunch of movies, although not a lot of people know, her by, no, not Rebecca Ferguson. Rebecca Ferguson is gonna be Paul's mother.
Hmm.
Uh, Stellan Skarsgård is gonna be Harkonnen, Baron Harkonnen. You know Stellan Skarsgård.
Yes.
Skarsgård. Oh my god.
Who doesn't?
Yeah,
Okay, I think
everybody
Charlotte
knows him.
Rampling will be Reverend Mother Mohiam. So
Yeah. Her. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Rebecca Ferguson is Lady Jessica.
Lady Jessica,
and of
Paul's
course,
mother. Yeah.
Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista. Yeah, he's gonna be like the Raban. The classic film should be left alone. I don't know, Fire. Like, the film is classic, but the novel is even more classic, and I think the film didn't do
everything is classic.
Didn't do that good a job, adapting the novel. So I don't know if you.
I want to tell you something. Yeah. I've seen the movie. I liked the movie. I didn't read the book, but most likely I will read the book. So I like the movie, especially all the thing with Muad'Dib and stuff like that. When I was a kid, for a couple of days, when after seeing the movie, I was like, Muad'Dib, and just telling people, and they didn't have any idea. They thought I was crazy. But okay, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that. Okay,
when I was a kid, like I remember reading Dune, and I was like so fired up, and then I played Counter-Strike with a bunch of kids we had a local playroom, Counter-Strike playroom, and I signed my name as Muad'Dib. I was like,
okay.
And they were, what the heck is that?
Yeah, in Counter-Strike, it's really important to find a cool name, so I respect that name.
After that, I switched to LSR because I started reading Lord of the Rings, so now it became my name, basically everywhere. Denis Villeneuve, if anybody does it right, I think it's gonna be him. I think have you seen the Dune series? There's a mini series as well.
I haven't seen the series. Is it good? Is it any good?
Story-wise, it followed the book much closer than the movie. Special effects and and all that stuff weren't that great in the miniseries, but it was a TV miniseries, so I kind of accepted that. It was pretty good. You should take a look at the miniseries.
Okay.
I liked it. Yeah. I haven't seen it in a long time, so I should probably rewatch it. I should probably reread the book actually before the movie comes out.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that as well.
Yeah, at least the first book or first couple of books or something. Yeah, that's a good goal. Maybe we should do that and then have like a book review in one of the podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah, we should do that
would be good for
at one point, but we should have synchronized when we're reading the books. And
of course. Yeah. So just a second, I'm gonna find a torrent for. Oh, never mind.
Shut up! Don't say that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then Denis Villeneuve, I think I'm kind of cautiously optimistic that this is gonna be perhaps one of the.
He's gonna make something good. If it won't be great, but I think it's gonna be good. Everyone expected, Blade Runner 2049. They had such high expectations, and it isn't a bad movie. I liked it. I really liked it. It may not be as good as the original, but it is really good. So I think he may not create a new masterpiece, but he will create a good thing. Okay, I am almost positively sure that he will create a good thing. But may not be a masterpiece, but still a good thing. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. We shall see. We are definitely both optimistic about that, and we're gonna see the movie and review it as soon as it comes out. Moving on. That's all we had for movies, actually. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I thought we had something more for movies, but no. Okay. I'm just gonna quickly talk about this. So, Legend of Neil, guys. If you haven't seen Legend of Neil, I'm gonna put it in chat. Take a look at that. Legend of Neil, best web series ever. That's my favorite web series, and it finally, it was off YouTube for a longest time, and now they finally uploaded. They're uploaded all of the episodes. They're releasing them one by one, so it should be all of them should be released by in the next couple of weeks probably. It's a really good series, guys. If you haven't seen it, it's 2 or 3 minute shorts. So just take a look, watch the first two or three, I'm guaranteeing you're gonna get hooked. Actually, if you're watching this on YouTube, pause the podcast, go and watch Legend of Neil, and then come back and tell me how you liked it, because I'm guaranteeing you. And Pecky, you turn off Zoom. Go. I'm kidding. Don't. Yeah, stay on the podcast.
I'm not gonna.
I need you for the podcast. Sorry.
I know. I'm not gonna watch that, but still.
You're not gonna watch it. Fuck off, dude. You have to watch it. No, trust me. Watch it. Watch it. It's
Okay.
really good.
Okay.
That's like, it's kind of based on Legend of Zelda, the video
Okay.
game. I've never played Legend of Zelda, but I love the show anyway. It's really good. Trust me.
Maybe that's the reason why you like it, because you
No,
haven't
I
seen
think people who played Legend of Zelda loved it even more, I'm sure. But yeah, if you guys, especially if you played Legend of Zelda, take a look at this web series. Even if you haven't, take a look at it anyway. If you play video games or whatever, I'm sure you're gonna like, the jokes. The jokes are funny anyway, So it's a really good, funny web series. Definitely take a look. Okay, moving on. TV. This is like YouTube Red or YouTube Premium series, and it's called Weird City. It has a bunch of big names, so like I think LeVar Burton. Okay, let me actually play the trailer while we're.
Yeah, I saw the trailer and I liked it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
So take a simple premise and make it weird.
Mm-hmm.
I really, how would I say? Oh, I forgot.
Oh, actually, I that was a long link. Okay, so it's Jordan Peele, of course. Jordan Peele is making this. Like my new favorite director, basically one of the favorite. Like especially like suspense and stuff like that. I think he's not great yet, but I think he's gonna be great. Like 2 or 3 more movies, he's gonna like hone his craft. He's gonna be like a really good director, I think. So I'm definitely. Where's the okay?
I really like the appearance of Michael Cera. I don't know how you
Oh,
pronounce
yeah,
it.
Michael Cera is in this. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm
So
playing.
he's
I'm
like,
playing the.
I mean, he was, maybe for a couple of years unreasonably absent, maybe from the market, from the acting career, but he does have, a special kind of humor that may not fit everyone, and it doesn't always fit me. But I kind of, I kind of like his type of humor sometimes. So I think.
Oh yeah, there is. You're right. Okay, and we have like the guy from LeVar Burton, of course. You have the guy from Modern Family. Yeah, I just forgot.
And we have our very own from The Walking Dead.
Who?
From The Walking Dead. Remember who is it? Come on.
I don't know. I don't remember.
You just saw him. Don't watch The Walking Dead.
Coral?
Nah.
Just tell me, dude. Don't. Steven Yeun. Steven Yeun. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's him. Yeah. And we have we also have Brita
from.
To
do a little bit of comedy.
Yeah. We have Brita from Community, of course. What's her name? I forgot her name.
Yeah,
she's also awesome. She's in another series, Love. That series is cool. Yeah, it's kind of like a wacky. Oh yeah, we have her.
And is this guy Apollo Creed playing the scientist?
I don't know.
Or not?
No, that's LeVar Burton, dude. LeVar Burton.
Oh, LeVar Burton.
Geordie LaForge.
Yeah. Okay, I know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of big names, and like the premise looks weird. It seems like a wacky comedy. Like we have like this poor area and this like really rich area, but everybody's kind of like weird and strange. Yeah, it looks kind of definitely looks interesting. We have a bunch of big names. It looks watchable. It looks like a good time. So yeah, we're gonna look out for that. The problem is there's no YouTube Premium in Serbia. We can't get it. So.
Unfortunately, but that won't stop you.
Yeah, that won't. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that.
I'm just joking.
Okay, I'm gonna play another trailer. Or actually, do we need to play Punisher season 2? Looks
not really.
We don't need to really play it. So I've seen it. I watched it. Looks like more of the same. I mean, Punisher season 1 was really good, actually. If you guys haven't seen it. It looks great. It's like But the problem, as I said before, the problem with the Punisher is actually I'm gonna play it quickly while we're talking about it. The problem with the Punisher is he always needs somebody to kill. You know, he needs to take revenge on somebody. So like they're dragging this out, and then we have like spoiler alert, we have like a character from the previous season who he wanted to kill, but he stayed alive, and now he has this this completely like I guess he moves to some small town where some people are messing things up for this girl, and he's he's kind of doing that stuff. So I don't know if this is gonna be that great. I think the emotional stuff in Punisher first season is like, they're kind of rehashing the same thing. So we had it in Daredevil season 2. He was like taking revenge. He was killing all the guys, and he finally killed them, and everything was, he got avenged. And then in the Punisher season 1, there's more people that he needs to take vengeance on. Then in Punisher season 2, I guess it's gonna be again, we're gonna find more people who are responsible for his family's death. So it seems like it's never ending, basically. That's the problem with the Punisher. You can't really continue doing that, So it's either he's taking vengeance or he's like starts to fight for something else, kind of thing. I guess. That's what I don't like. But it's definitely good action, and the drama was definitely great in the first season. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
You haven't seen the Punisher at all, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so that's why you're not saying anything. Okay. So yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna watch it and tell you guys what I think. But it looks interesting. What else do we have? What We Do in the Shadows. You sent me this, I think.
Yeah, because you really liked the movie.
I love the
like,
movie.
Hey,
there's a series. For those of you who don't know What We Do in the Shadows, what that is, it was a movie, New Zealand movie, and the guys like Jermaine Clement. He's a famous actor now. He does a lot of stuff, and the other guys from his crew, kind of. No, was it Jermaine Clement or somebody else? No, it wasn't. Or maybe it is, but now Jermaine Clement might be too busy to be in this series. But like it's about a bunch of vampires. It's kind of like a mockumentary type of style. Like people are like documenting the lives
they're actually
of
in Europe now, so
goofy vampires living in New Zealand. I guess now they're moving to Europe, and they're making a TV show out of this. It might be good, it might be terrible. I'm gonna check it out. It seems interesting. It's gonna be the link for the article because I don't. There's a trailer for that. Which unfortunately I couldn't watch because it was blocked in my country for some reason.
Actually, yeah. Now that we are on the topic of movies, can I suggest something? And I know it's all out of the sudden, but last night I saw something, and I just really want you to play this trailer and see if you could like it. There is a new Spider-Man movie coming out.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah, Spider-Man something home something.
Or maybe
something.
or maybe you want to leave it for the next week, or.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, let's leave it for the next week.
Okay, let's talk about it next week. I haven't seen the trailer. Let's see the trailer, okay, and then we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, okay. Now comes the final part. We talk about Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Yeah, have you seen the teaser? It's basically a teaser. Another teaser.
It's basically they just don't show anything. But yeah,
they don't really show anything important. Yeah. But What's your impression? I'm gonna play that.
Obviously, like in recent days, actually at work they gave me Kindle. It was just sitting there, and I was just browsing through books, and I was like, oh look, A Song of Ice and Fire, and then then I started reading it, and then when I got back home, I was doing a little bit of YouTube searching of history and stuff like that. So I'm really again in the mood to watch Game of Thrones again, and at least maybe read the novels, but I'm not sure when the guy will lend
if you want to read the novels, I can definitely lend them to you. I have like all the novels here.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna listen to audiobooks.
I'm just gonna listen to audiobooks.
I'm not sure if Game of Thrones is the book to listen to though.
Well, it's only 32 hours or
But
something like that, so it's
no,
not
no,
like.
it's not. It's not because of that. It's because, like, especially at the start of the book, the
Mhm.
first book, you get super confused about the characters. Although you know
Mhm.
most of the characters because you've seen the show, but still,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would recommend at least, like, probably, maybe I should give you the first book to read on paper and then move on next books you can listen to.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. But
Yeah, that's one.
obviously
That's my
we are all
recommendations.
just
I would
yeah, we are
recommend to
we are
have.
all waiting for
Hmm.
the final season. And when is it going to air? I forgot, in May or something like that.
Something, yeah, during I think beginning maybe springtime or beginning of summer or something, probably.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's gonna be good because I'm gonna have HBO once I move to my new apartment, so that's gonna be cool. Uh,
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
so good timing, really good timing. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, the trailer didn't really reveal anything important.
Oh my God,
I
in
mean,
April. Oh my God, it starts in April.
April. Okay, cool.
Yeah, 14th of April. Okay, that's less than three
Yeah,
months.
it's
Okay,
pretty.
so 3 months. Yeah, who's gonna wait? So yeah, basically,
Yeah.
I was just doing a little bit of background history and stuff. So
Hmm.
yeah, really, I think they're gonna do hopefully good things, but we'll see. Yeah. So what about you?
Uh,
What do you think about this?
the trailer.
Yeah,
It's
and the
really
previous
doesn't
one.
doesn't really
Yeah.
show anything. Previous one kind of showed the map and like I guess we all know what's gonna happen. Like there's gonna be a
Yeah,
conflict between the Night
a
Night
huge
King
battle,
and
epic
dragons and
battle.
Daenerys and
Yes.
they're gonna have to deal with Cersei before that. It's basically it's just gonna everything that we expect is gonna play out.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, there's gonna be some twist, something that we don't expect is gonna happen. But I think like we'll know the basic beats that are gonna
Yeah.
have to happen.
Yeah.
You know.
And actually, there is something I would like to mention
Mhm.
here, a sort of a Nietzschean element. Not only element from Nietzsche,
Mhm.
but also from the, let's say, Greek philosophers who took it. There is this opinion. It's the oldest one. Like that. Even in Tolkien, there was this
Mhm.
best age, and then the golden age, and then we have the silver, and so on and so on. And I kind of feel it like this here, okay? Because when I started reading A Song of Ice and Fire, we have the guy, the Conqueror. Was it Aaron? Aaron?
Aegon the Conqueror.
Aegon the Conqueror.
Mhm.
Okay, so he comes and he conquers Westeros, even though he actually wasn't that interested in conquering it for the first 10 years or something. I don't know,
Oh yeah,
whatever.
you
So
you you read the history.
yeah,
Good, good. Okay.
I actually read
Okay,
that.
yeah. I was
Actually
reading
read
that part. Like I have, if you can see behind me, there's the history of Middle Earth. There it is.
it.
So yeah,
And so basically, I kind of feel like this is you know
Middle Earth, not Middle Earth,
not
Westeros.
really
Crap.
this, yeah, Westeros,
Mixing up.
but I kind of feel
Hmm.
that this element of the world being in different, I wouldn't call them phases,
Hmm.
in eras, different
Hmm.
eras. That there was this golden era, silver, and now I
Hmm.
feel like this era is repeating itself. So first we had the Aegon the Conqueror,
Hmm.
who conquered Westeros. That was like 300, 400 years ago, and now with with the attacks of these guys, and Daenerys
The
maybe
zombies,
taking the
yeah.
power again. It will sort of, the history repeating itself. That's what I was trying to say, but I didn't know
I
how to
could
say it.
be, or could be like some kind of more dramatic ending. I don't know. I don't know like how this is going to end. But
Mhm.
I'm guessing there's going not only going to be like a repeating of history. There might be like change in the paradigm. Like there
Mm.
might be like a
In what
different,
sense?
yeah, in the sense of, I guess probably political sense, because we know like Daenerys has, at least in the books. I don't know in the TV show might not be that much, but in the books, Daenerys was kind of like a dictator, but she's also like trying to kind of have like some kind of democratic type of rule introduced or something like that in the especially in the city states where she
Mm.
ruled in what's the name of that? I forgot. Never mind. So maybe like in the political sense, maybe in the sense of like you know in we're gonna discover the magical underpinnings of the like zombies and of the winters and all that stuff, and those types of things. I'm guessing there's going to be something when it comes to that. But yeah, you might be right. There might be like kind of like a rebirth as well. So yeah, yeah.
It's interesting, yeah. I would actually, now that we are on topic of
Mm-hmm.
Game of Thrones and Song of Ice and Fire, I would
Mm-hmm.
really like to see one of those prequels or side shows that are being prepared, that are being made right now, I think.
Are they
So
being made? There were a
I
bunch
think,
of announced, but then there's not much hype about it
yeah,
recently.
yeah, there isn't, but I hope that they are
Mm-hmm.
being made, and I would really like to see how Aegon conquers Westeros and obviously the fall of Valyria, to
Uh,
finally just,
to tell you the
yeah, I
truth,
know.
I'm not that hyped about that. But yeah, I mentioned that already.
I think
Uh,
it would cost a lot of money, unfortunately. Especially that fall of Valyria, that
mm,
part when if at least one or two episodes are held there, you would see. I want to see the decadence, of the
of
rich
Valyria.
Valyrians. Yeah, I want to see.
Uh
I
huh.
really love seeing their decadence and how those decadent people just get what they deserved in most cases. So,
Yeah, because yeah, the fall of Valyria, but Valyria is so crazy. Like it has to be so CGI heavy that it will
I
be
know that's the
crazy. Like
problem.
if you
That's the
if you
problem.
actually read George R. R. Martin's descriptions of old Valyria with all the dragons, the volcanoes, and crazy, everybody flying. Not everybody, but like the nobles flying on dragons, and they have like
I know.
volcano-made structures or something like that. Like it's a little bit too much, I think.
It's a little.
A
I
little
know,
bit too
but
much. The reason why is, have you seen that TV show? What's the name? Superman's planet. What's the name? Krypton.
Krypton, yeah.
Have you seen the TV show Krypton?
I didn't, but I
I
want
watched a
to.
little bit of it, and it's kind of underwhelming. Like there's so much CGI, there's so much stuff. Like I watched a bit of it, and I kind of got bored, to tell you the truth.
Okay, your voice
Yeah.
is bad for some reason now. Okay.
Fuck my voice. We just have to wait it out. You talk.
Okay, I'll talk. Okay, let's go to the next topic. Just a second, I turned off that. Okay, one moment. So, Game of Thrones. Okay, the next topic is something you sent. The Wheel of Time TV series. Okay, that's definitely your topic. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not really
Is my
into
voice
the.
better now?
It's better. It's better.
Okay,
It's
good,
better.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, it just happens like for like maybe 10 or 20 seconds my voice kind of like
Mm-hmm.
goes robotic for some reason. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why. So yeah, Wheel of Time. Have you read the series? It's a really popular. So it's basically Wheel of Time might be like the third most popular high fantasy series. Like you have Lord of the Rings, we have now Game of Thrones, but before Game of Thrones, Wheel of Time was like definitely the most popular,
Mm-hmm.
fantasy series out there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I read, I read quite a few of the books from the Wheel of Time series. I read like at least four, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
even five of the books, and I kind of like it. My interest kind of fizzled out. It's okay. It's not the greatest series, to tell you the truth. I
Okay.
mean, I liked it's some of the parts are imaginative. The first book is kind of slow, and like the development is not great. It reminds me a lot of Dune,
Mm-hmm.
especially the later parts. There's a conquest of some desert people that kind of look like the Fremen from Dune. It kind of uh, borrows some elements from from some other places, but yeah, it's imaginative. The writing style is not great, but yeah, it was interesting, definitely. And Amazon Studios is preparing Wheel of Time series. I'm kind of thinking that Wheel of Time might be even more interesting as a series than it was as a book series.
Oh,
So
okay, that's
I
interesting.
think I think like they can take the story and they can kind of make the boring parts a little bit more interesting, and they can kind of use the cool parts, the interesting parts, to make it like emphasize those. So if we
Mm-hmm.
have a good showrunner, if we have a good directors who can do that, it might be a really good series, I think. That's
Okay,
my
could
thought
be.
on Wheel of Time. There's not a lot of information about it, so we don't know who's the showrunner. Uh, just the head of Amazon Studios says it's in development. That's it. Like they don't give a lot of talk of that. But yeah, if they do it well, it might be a cool new fantasy series to watch. Although it's definitely nothing like Game of Thrones, so it's more hero centric than Game of Thrones. So it might not be so great for modern audiences, I guess. If people who watch fantasy now are used to Game of Thrones, if we go back to the style of Lord of the Rings or even like some different type of style, it might not be so appealing to most people. So yeah, we shall see. I'm definitely excited to see it. I wasn't a huge fan of the Wheel of Time, but I liked it. Moderately liked it, let's say. So yeah, that's it. What else do we have? Games. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of an old post. So I don't know if this is free, but just announcement. What Remains of Edith Finch? I think it's like an adventure game. It was free on Epic. I don't know if it's free now, but yeah, you guys can check it out. If it's still free, you can claim it easily. And that's it. So nothing about that. Resident Evil 2. Have you played that game?
I can't say that I did.
You never played Resident Evil 2, really? Okay, it was
maybe I did for a couple of minutes, but not
Resident Evil 2 was a game that kind of marked a lot of the kids that I grew up with in my childhood. It was a game that we didn't have much games when I was in PlayStation 1 days. There weren't many games, so we replayed a lot of the games, and Resident Evil was like the horror game. Even though it wasn't that scary, it was kind of horror puzzle game more. It was the game that I played, that a lot of other people played. So when I played it, other kids watched. When somebody else played it, everybody would gather around and everybody would watch them play. So that was like, kind of brings back nostalgia for me. Yeah, there's a remake coming out. I actually did play a bit of the demo for the remake. You can actually see it on my YouTube channel. So click on that link, or click below in the description. You can watch it there if you're interested to see how it looks like. I think the remake was done really well. I think that they did capture the essence of the kind of how do you call the whole feeling of the game. They captured that, and they changed a bunch of the graphics. They changed a bunch of the level design, but they changed it in a way that still felt like it was the original game. The gameplay is different. It's not like the actual movement and the shooting is much different now, but different in a good way, because that was like a weak point of the original game. Like the movement was basically in the original game, you have a zombie coming at you and your aim was this. That was your aim. So you can aim left or right. That's it. So that was kind of terrible when it comes to that. So now you have like a fully third person shooter type of gameplay mechanics, but it's kind of difficult to aim. It's kind of like movement is a little bit slowed. It's not slowed down, but like kind of clunky, but clunky on purpose to make like the actual zombie attacks really scary, and I like that. I know it's kind of weird that it's clunky is good, but it's clunky in a good way. It's not clunky. It's difficult to control on purpose, if you know what I mean.
I see. I know.
And I really enjoyed the playthrough. I only had half an hour to play, because like it was like half an hour demo, but it was really good. The puzzle seems the same or very similar to the original puzzle. Maybe they changed the puzzles a little bit so you can, have a challenge, a bit of a challenge to actually, go through the game. But yeah, I'm really happy with the remake. It's a bit expensive. It's like $60 on Steam, and it's gonna come out. And it's gonna come out next week. But I think I'm probably gonna be spending $60 and playing it on stream. I think that's gonna happen. I think that's gonna happen. Right. So yeah. Since you don't, you never play. I expected you played it. I kind of felt that everybody played this game for some reason. I guess you haven't.
I haven't.
So yeah, let's move on to books, right? You have anything on books?
I wanted to add one book, but
yeah, great.
Yeah, I told you about I'm Legend. So
I'm Legend. Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, I told you about that. It's actually an amazing book.
It's a really good book.
Of course, it actually started. When you see, it's the how would I say the founder? No, it's actually started. The book that started our understanding of the post
zombie genre, right?
Actually, but it's actually more about vampires. They're not completely.
Yeah, it's we're not sure if there's zombies or vampires in the book. It's kind of like a strange amalgam of zombies and vampires.
Yeah, he talks that they are more like vampires because he explicitly states about white faces and stuff like that. But actually they drink blood. So basically,
maybe.
The whole
I'm trying
to
find the book because I have like the Will Smith book version I wanted to show you, but never mind.
Oh yeah,
never mind. I can't find where it is.
So it's kind of like how would I say? It's kind of the book that started this whole scientific justification for the post-apocalyptic,
Yeah, I don't know if it started it, but like probably definitely one of the books or the book that
let's say that the influence did the most, but it did
I'm not sure if we had any zombie post-apocalyptic vampire types of books before then. Maybe perhaps they existed, but I don't know.
I'm not really sure that there were. So basically, what I really liked is something that you can't possibly. I mean, you can see it in a movie, but they do not focus on that. It is the psychological state of the main character, the guy called Neville, and it's just Neville, so many times he actually wants to end it. He wants to kill himself. He cannot live in that world when he is alone. And then, only in the end, spoiler-free version. So he comes to the realization that, he's okay, And that's literally the last sentence is, I'm Legend. Okay, this isn't a big spoiler, but basically that's
I guess if you haven't read it so far, it's like a really old book. It's a classic.
It's a really, I really like the fact to focus on that psychological state, and the difference, it actually summarizes people's lives in general, how they feel threatened, surrounded by society. It doesn't really matter. I think it's a very good social critique to a certain degree, and also I like the fact that he's always drinking and is like
he's basically
it's amazing. It's amazing. Like kids are throwing away the drinks and stuff. He's like, he hates life. He hates everything, and But after some time, he manages to solve the issue. So, book is definitely much better for that psychological aspect of.
Yeah, and the plot twist in the book, and if you compare it to the Will Smith movie, it's like, why the fuck would you do the Will Smith plot twist? It's not even a plot twist. It's just a stupid ending, right?
It is, but they want to make it positive. Everything, everyone likes.
Everything needs to be positive, yeah, and everything needs to be like humanity will survive or something like that, and that
Yeah. So basically, I think it's how to say I think the ending in the book is self-satisfactory and really good. But I don't know. Oh my God! I just realized something.
Yeah.
The ending of the book I Am Legend is very similar to the ending of the book of the movie The Girl with All the Gifts.
You
haven't seen that movie. You should. Yeah. When you think about it, it is. It is very similar.
And The Girl with All the Gifts, if you guys don't know, it's like kind of a B movie or something.
I don't think it's B as in British.
No, it's just like
I'm joking.
the
Yeah.
movie like production values are not great, but it's a cool little movie. It's interesting,
It's
interesting
actually a
premise,
really
interesting
really
idea
good
at the
movie.
start, and then like yeah. I guess the plot twists are kind of similar. Yeah, not exactly similar,
Interesting.
but kind of similar. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So, but yeah, the ending, sort of that represents the main idea that, well, I'm gonna spoil it now. I don't care. Like,
Don't. Okay,
it's
okay.
just,
I guess if
yeah,
you haven't seen or read I Am Legend, then you are really, really far behind. That's crazy far behind.
yeah. So basically, how,
So please,
what we understand as the
spoiler
reality.
alert! Don't
Okay,
listen to this, or
third spoiler alert.
skip
Okay,
this
just
in the video if you're listening to the podcast or watching the podcast on YouTube. Yeah. So.
okay. This is the third spoiler alert, meaning that, I
Mhm.
like the fact how mm, the society changes, and what defines normality
Mhm.
is the majority of population. That's what he says
Yeah.
eventually at the end of the
Exactly.
book, and
Mhm.
that's why he says, "Okay, I'm legend because they fear me. I am the vampire
Yeah.
in their new
He's
society of
basically
vampires because he's
Dracula
the
in this
vampire
new
killer."
society. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a really really powerful motif, and I really like that. That sort of summarizes the whole book and his understanding of life in general and stuff like that. So I think that was sort of transferred to this other movie, a little bit, but
Oh, you
only
mean
still
Vincent
the girl,
Price?
yeah,
Oh,
the
the
girl
girl
with
with
all
all
the
the gifts.
gifts, but yeah, that also has that still is a little bit positive, because Gemma Arterton remains, teaches the kids about the new society as well. But the point is, about rebirth, some kind of word, but it's really powerful. Okay, that's it. I'm just gonna end it
Okay,
there.
okay, good,
There is
good.
no need.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's it. You guys can listen now. Spoilers over. So, although they cannot hear it anyway if they turn it off. Yeah, it's a great book. If you guys want to see, yeah, Girl with All the Gifts. It's not the same, so it's not an adaptation, but
It's
yeah,
not.
it
It's
kind
not. It's not
has
definitely. Yeah.
some similarities. But if you guys want to see, I mean, this that version is not the best either, but with The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price, 1968, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The Last Man on Earth is probably the most faithful adaptation with Vincent Price of
Yeah,
yeah.
actually the first one, yeah, that
That
with
might be the
Vincent
first
Price.
one, yeah.
Yeah, the second one is
The
I'm Legend. The first
Omega
one
Man.
is where the writer actually did the script himself, but then sort of gave up in the end due to some differences. So,
Mm-hmm.
but this one, I Am Omega. I think that's how
I
it's
am
called.
Omega.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that one was a little bit different. So I
it
think
was. It was definitely they changed it.
I think
So
Last Man on Earth was much more faithful. If you want to see the actual like
yeah,
more faithful
yeah.
adaptation, although it does have differences too. So yeah, but yeah, that one was like I think the closest one to the novel that I
Mhm.
like the most, at least.
Okay.
Anyway, more a couple more stuff about books. So I've been reading two books. One of them, we went to the fair. I bought this book on for like $5. It was pretty cheap. Andy Weir, the guy who wrote
The
everybody's
Martian.
favorite movie, The Martian, or the book that it was based on. So he wrote another book. I think that was like a little bit after his fame with The Martian, and it's called Artemis. And this book, I gotta tell you, I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a huge fan of this book. I mean, it has. I would give it maybe 2.5 stars out of 5, let's say. So
Mhm.
it's like half. It's not a great book. It has some kind of similar elements to The Martian, where like the main character is really smart, and she always solves stuff through science and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
the actual story of the book was kind of like I know, heist. Not even a heist movie, but if you've seen those Ocean's 11 or something like that,
Mhm. Oh
that type
yeah.
of stuff, but kind of dumb. If you know what I mean. The good things in the book are the description of like low gravity on the
Mhm.
moon, and like some kind of ideas. I don't know how scientific they are. I don't know if this guy who wrote this book is like a scientist or not, but it seems realistic. I don't know how realistic it really is, but it seems interesting. So the way that the society in on the moon would develop, the technical issues with like going outside, getting like people aren't allowed to go outside for too long because
Mm-hmm.
of radiation, so they can't like be
Oh,
in the EVA
cool.
suits, and the way technical aspects of like creating oxygen, recycling oxygen, uh, low gravity, how they fight in low gravity. All of that is pretty cool. I have to admit that was interesting. That's why I gave it 2.5 stars, not like 1.5 stars. The story itself is kind of stupid. The characters don't really. The characters are very diverse, although I don't give
Mhm.
points for that. That's not. I don't care. But the characters are very. There's not even a single American in the or that I remember in the book.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
like the main character is from Saudi Arabia, a girl from Saudi Arabia. Her,
Mhm.
of course, her dad too. There's like a Polish guy. There's a Norwegian guy that's like a Norwegian billionaire or something.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of people from other like from Nigeria. A lot of characters are from Nigeria because like the actual company that owns this starbase is from Nigeria.
Wow.
The kind of the mayor is from. I don't give points for that, but it's kind of cool to kind of see like more international
Well, it actually
characters.
might be, yeah, it actually might be more realistic as Nigeria is actually developing in real life.
Yeah, and
So,
it's near the
yeah,
equator, so that's where the rockets can lift
could be,
off. Yeah,
can be
that's
launched.
like
Okay.
the nearer to the equator, the better I think, as far as I remember
Yeah, yeah.
when it comes to like
Mhm.
rockets, because of the momentum of the Earth, I think, or something. I don't remember, but
Yeah,
there's some
actually the
reason.
Earth is not a sphere. The Earth is an ellipse. So
Hmm.
basically, it it's how would I say, a couple
Wider.
kilometers.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Something like
So
that.
wider at the, yeah.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
I think that's the reason why Nigeria is like he just chose like a country that's close to the equator, so like
Mhm.
rockets would be easier to send to the moon or something. Not important. So that part is cool. The story itself, I'm not gonna give away much of the story, although it's kind of dumb. Like the girl gets hired, the main girl, who is kind of I like the character a little bit because it would be like a typical slacker dude, you
Mhm.
know, kind of young dude who doesn't know what he's going to do with his life and all that stuff, but it's a girl
Mhm.
basically. So the character is not like it's not a conventional character that you
Mhm.
see like girls. So that's kind of also interesting. But again, I don't give points for that, so that's just interesting. Uh, Basically, she gets hired because she's a lowlife. She gets hired to sabotage some harvesters from for aluminium uh, processing factory or something. I don't
Mhm.
know, because this millionaire wants to buy the processing factory for some reasons. So it's kind of, and she's not even like a crook or
Mhm.
anything. She's just like a smart girl who happens to know this millionaire or something. So it's like there's no reason why he should hire this girl instead of some more professional saboteur. So it's kind of that's stupid, and then like the rest of the stuff that happens is really stupid. So uh like some things go wrong, and then they do some other things, and they nearly kill everybody on the base. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. I don't get the motivations for doing this. I don't get like how somebody who lives there could actually do something like that puts everybody in danger, and then everybody helps her. It's I don't like it. Yeah, it's dumb.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
I
Okay.
haven't finished it
Thank you
yet.
for
I'm
sharing
gonna
that.
finish it just
Mhm.
because I'm like near the end. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you if there is anything redeeming about it until the end, but I don't think so. Uh, Another book that I started reading, and that's I told you about hot girls on YouTube that talk about books. Did I tell you about that?
Mhm. Not
There's a
really.
bunch of channels of like pretty girls talking about books, reviewing books, stuff like that.
Mhm.
I accidentally click on one because I like hearing about books, and then my recommended feed is full of videos like that. So I watch another one, then I get 10 more recommendations, then I watch those. So I get like now my YouTube feed is all hot girls talking about books, which is I don't mind it, but it's kind of just I haven't even seen a single guy talking about books. It's all girls, you know,
Okay.
which is kind of weird. So yeah, one of those channels recommended uh, not one like
Mm-hmm.
90% of those channels recommended a high fantasy book by Brandon Sanderson, I think. The name of the book is The Way of Kings. So I started
Mm-hmm.
reading that. It's kind of high fantasy. It's if you like the fantasy stuff, I think probably probably you would like this one as well.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Tell me
it's
more about it.
interesting. The
Yeah.
story is interesting. Like I like the way that he describes like this magic system. Uh, there's not like a lot of magic in it, but there is like some suits of armor and some kind of shard blades. They're called shard blades that are kind of like lightsabers. They cut through anything, you know. So you have like these princes and knights that have those armors, but it's very limited. It's just a few people that can have that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's basically works the armor works like power. What do you call power armor?
Mm-hmm.
Fallout or power armor uh, in Starcraft or something like that. Basically, it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of a powered suit that makes you jump higher, run faster. It's nearly invulnerable unless you have a shard blade to kind of attack the other guy. So the but it's not only about that. It's story wise. It's kind of ramping. I'm still reading it.
Okay.
I'm still at the beginning. Uh, Story wise, it's interesting. It has like a intricate political struggle. It has some cool characters. You know, it has like a relatively realistic and kind of like gritty, you know, gritty characters that that try to kind of make it through in this world. Um, it's
Okay.
good. It's interesting. The problem is it's super long. I started reading it listening to the audiobook on Audible a couple of days ago, and it has like I think 50 hours. Just the first
Mm-hmm.
book. There's three books. They're like thousands of
Okay.
pages long. So if you guys like that type of stuff and you don't mind a really long book, it's cool. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking it so far. I'm gonna tell you when I finish it in perhaps half a year. It's
Okay.
really long.
Mm-hmm.
It's really long. So if you are patient, and I'm patient, I read Count of Monte Cristo. So if I could read Count of Monte Cristo, I can read anything. you know, Count of Monte
Okay.
Cristo, super long, super descriptive. There's a bunch of passages and passages of the descriptions of a garden or how
Uh-huh.
he's dressed or something like that. It's really, but it's a good book as well. So yeah, Brandon Sanderson, Way of King, interesting. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
so
Good.
far tentatively I'm giving it a kind of positive grade. I'm gonna see when I finish it. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts, specific thoughts about it. But yeah, I think that's it. Did you have to? You said you wanted to add something.
Well, that was it. I already spoke
Oh, you
about
already
I'm Legend, so
I am
that's
legend.
yeah.
Okay,
So
okay. You said you
okay.
wanted to add something at the end, but I
Yeah, that was that
didn't know
was
that was it.
I'm
So
Legend.
yeah,
So
I'm gonna
yeah.
type in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna type in like promo. So you guys, we're gonna be finishing now. So I'm just gonna follow us on YouTube if you guys want to see the podcast. All the episodes of the podcast are uploaded on YouTube. Also, YouTube guys, follow my channel. It's still on my channel on Twitch. Uh, it's gonna be in the description as well. And
Mhm.
you can follow us on Twitter. If once we get some more followers, we're gonna be posting more regularly. And yeah, that's it. That's it for today. So, Becky, do you want to take us out?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you everyone for listening us, and hopefully this year we'll do even more regular podcasts. Yeah, I'll see you next week.
Yeah. See you guys. Bye bye. I'm gonna play the jingle and take care.